Fear is ruining your life quietly, not because you're weak, not because you're incapable, but because fear convinces you to stay comfortable. It tells you, don't start the business, don't talk to her, don't take the risk. And then years pass. Most people never fail because they never even start. I want to show you how I removed fear from my life, and maybe it can work for you too. And I'm not talking about completely removing fear because fear never fully disappears, but more so how to stop letting it control you. Because once fear loses control, your entire life changes. And let's be real, most fear isn't real, it's imagined pain. Your brain creates fake future scenarios like, what if I embarrass myself? What if people judge me? What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? And your mind treats those thoughts like actual danger. But think about it. How many times, how many things were you terrified of actually something and it ended up not even being that bad? Started driving, starting school, talking to new people, going to the gym. The fear before the action is always worse than reality itself. Fear survives in imagination and it dies in action. The moment you move, fear starts shrinking. That's why overthinking makes fear bigger. Action makes it smaller. Most people wait to feel comfortable before they act, but confidence comes after action, not before it. Staying too comfortable is another huge component of fear. People think comfort feels safe, but comfort slowly destroys ambition. Every time you avoid something scary, you train your brain to become weaker. You tell yourself, I can't handle discomfort. And eventually, your world becomes smaller and smaller. You stop trying new things. You stop taking risks. You stop chasing your goals. Then one day you wake up frustrated because your life never changed. But your life can't change if you keep protecting yourself from discomfort. Growth requires pressure. The gym hurts before you get stronger. Discipline hurts before you become successful. And even rejection hurts before confidence develops. Everything you want is hidden behind temporary discomfort. And the crazy part is, the fear of doing something is usually worse than actually doing it. Your brain exaggerates pain to keep you safe, but safe doesn't always mean fulfilled. Fearless people are not fearless, they just act that way. That's the secret nobody talks about. You look at successful people and assume that they were naturally confident. Most of them weren't. They were scared too. The difference is they stopped obeying fear. Courage is not about the absence of fear. Courage is movement despite fear. Every confident person you admire once felt awkward or uncertain and afraid of certain things, but they kept going. Meanwhile, most people quit at the first feeling of discomfort. That's why average people stay average. The moment life feels uncomfortable, they retreat. But if you want a different life, you need to build a higher tolerance for discomfort. Because success is uncomfortable, growth is uncomfortable, change is uncomfortable. Your future depends on whether you run from discomfort or face it. So, question is like, how do you actually stop fear from controlling your life? First, stop waiting to feel ready. You will never feel fully ready. Nobody does. If you wait for perfect confidence, you'll wait forever. Second, expose yourself to fear repeatedly. Fear shrinks through repetition. The first video feels terrifying, but after the 50th video, it starts to feel normal. The first conversation feels awkward, the 100th becomes easy. Confidence is built through proof. Every time you survive discomfort, your brain learns, I can handle this. That's how fear dies. Third, stop caring so much about people's opinions. Most people are too focused on themselves to think about you anyway. And even if they do judge you, so what? People will judge you whether you succeed or fail anyways. So you might as well build the life you actually want. And lastly, Understand that failure is part of growth. It's evidence that you are actually trying. The people who never fail are usually the people who never attempt anything difficult. You cannot improve without mistakes. Every successful person failed publicly at some point, but most people only see the final result, not the years of embarrassment, rejection, and struggles that they went through. And here's the truth that changed my mindset. The fear of regret is worse than the fear of failure. Imagine being old one day and realizing you spent your entire life being scared. Scared to try something new, scared to speak up, scared to chase your goals, scared to become who you actually wanted to be. That pain lasts forever. Failure hurts temporarily, regret hurts for life. At least when you try, you gain experience, you grow, you learn, and you evolve. But when fear controls you, nothing changes. And deep down, you know you're capable of more. At some point, you need to decide, do you want comfort or do you want growth? Because you cannot have both forever. Fear will always exist, but you don't have to obey it anymore. The moment you stop or you start acting despite the fear, your confidence grows, your mind changes, and your life starts to kind of open up. So stop waiting, start taking those risks, go after those goals you've been setting for yourself. Speak up for yourself, move forward, because the life you want is on the other side of fear. And the longer you wait, the harder it becomes.